Hey guys, it's Sunday. It's kind of been a rough weekend. I was in the emergency room on Thursday. They think my gallbladder is what is the cause of the pain now. So I am supposed to be resting, but my plants need watering. So come with me as I water the plants before the storm comes, and I can cuddle up and read my book while it storms. First up is my, I believe it is a split leaf philodendron. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I inherited this from my granny, so it is extra special to me. So it is in a bigger pot. The pot does have to where it can collect the water. So we make sure that it is completely dried before we dump the water on it. So this is my watering vessel. The kids decorated it for me. So I will probably put all of this on there. Okay, on to the next. Okay, so now we are in the propagation station is what I call it. It has several plants on it. First we have my mini monstera. Again, the pot does not have a drainage where it can come out, so we are very sure to make sure everything dries out nicely so we don't get root rot. And then we have our little cactus. I'm not sure if it's Easter, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. It hasn't bloomed ever in my care. But the thing that I have found out, I read something about them, was that they are more like jungle plants. So I was thinking, my helper, I was thinking to keep them dry, but actually they like more of a moist environment. And then we have ZZ over here. ZZ plants are very hardy. They can do neglect very well. So if you are a person who is very kind of forgetful about watering your plants like I am, a ZZ plant might be good for you. I just dump some water on it and then go. So that might be a good plant for you. Next up, I'm just going to make sure that my propagations have enough water. Here we have a, some call it a wandering dude, sometimes it's called a wandering Jew. But I got this clipping from my mother-in-law. It is probably, oh no, that's okay, that's okay. It's probably past ready to pot, but it's not dying right now. And that's more than I can say when I put them in soil. And then we have all of the spider babies. So we love the spider babies. Back here in the corner we have our mama plant for the spiders. She has been neglected very much, so we dumped a bunch of water on her to try and just perk her up. Next we have our philodendron. Philodendrons are very fun to grow because they are very fast growers. They are actually slightly invasive in the more tropical climates. So again, if you need something hardy, philodendrons are where it's at. Next we have a begonia. I'm wanting to say it's an angel leaf begonia. I'm not exactly sure on that. But she is kind of leggy. That's okay. I love her spots. She's been finicky. So, if you are kind of like a starter plant person, I probably wouldn't pick her. I like sharing the good, bad, and the ugly with you guys. I like being a very transparent person, and lately has been kind of rough. We've got the store to keep up with, I homeschool year round, and life just is fast. So she has kind of been neglected, but that is okay because if it's green you can save it. I learned that from a lady here on TikTok. I wish that I could remember her name so I could tag her below. I love pothos, and I'm pretty tolerant to spider plants as well. So I found this cute little vase type thing, and I put a mixture of pothos and spider plants in there. We also sell these at Hilltop for $12. So I got 2 of these available for sale. Again, it doesn't have any drainage holes, so you need to make sure that you're filling and it's not drenched. Now, both of these can survive in more of a wetter style soil, but we don't want to drown them. Next, I'm going to do my baby ponytail palm. So she's kind of what I thought was a big girl until I inherited what I think is her mama. But yeah, so she's kind of fun. She lives on top of my fridge. She likes it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you know, moisten her soil. And then any dead parts that I see, I'm just going to go ahead and pick those off. Watering time is a great time to do that. And the last of the kitchen plants, we have a baby ZZ. She came from the mother plant back there. So again, let it dry out because it doesn't have drainage holes. Now for the dining room plants. So we have this. Again, it is just, I believe this is another kind of philodendron, and some spiders. I have to kind of be careful how I water this one. It likes to shed some soil, so we just be careful where that's concerned. If Drama had a plant specifically, I would think it was a peace lily. Peace lilies will tell you exactly what they need. You just have to watch and listen. She just needs water, and she will be standing back up tomorrow. My tag got thrown away on this one, so I don't know the name. It was a Mother's Day present. It has beautiful red blooms, kind of looks like a peace lily. I will try to remember. But look, cow. So if we go off how many species of plants I have, I don't have very many. Because again, a lot of them are repeats. They come from the mother plants. I have to let them live, you know. So another spider plant and a cute little vase. This is the theme of my dining room, so it goes well. And then we have another one of those philodendrons in a cute thing that I thrifted. I like this plant because it looks like it's becoming more of like a Brazil type patterning in the variegation. Philodendrons are very easy to propagate. You just cut them off, stick them in water until they get roots, and then you have babies. So when I say cut them off, you obviously want to make sure they're bigger, but you will cut them off, you can see that, where the node is. That's where new roots would grow. So we have the philodendron, we have a wax plant, and then we have a white jewel plant. This one has kind of been a slow grower, so it's interesting to watch it, but it's more of a, oh, it grew, not a, wow, it's grown so fast. Last but not least, hitting in my dining room is my fig tree. The kids named it Figgy for obvious reasons. It was bigger. I chopped it, and now this is how it is. Again, it's more of a, oh, it grew, rather than more obvious growth. Next up is my snake plant. She's pretty big. I have a snake in my boot. Thought that was funny. And yes, every time I see it, I kind of giggle to myself. So we are just going to water her until she is pretty deeply watered, and then we're gonna let her completely dry out. Now we have more philodendron. Now this one is kind of a mix. We have a solid philodendron, but then we also have a philodendron Brazil. That just means that it has a dark leaf with a lime green stripe on it. We're gonna try to water this without getting water all over the couch. We also have philodendron Brazils on either side of the TV. We're gonna go ahead and water those as well. Now, these haven't necessarily grown as fast as some of the other philodendrons. The light is over there, so that could be why. Now, it is hardy, it still is growing, but it's not thriving. So if you want them to thrive, move them a little bit closer to the light. Now, I showed you the baby ponytail palm. This is its mama. So it is, I don't know, about as tall as Maddie, so 3.5, 4 foot tall. So it is really fun. I just inherited her. She did have growths on her that I did pop off just so I could have a more uniform look. She is in her own big pot, has enough drainage, and a catch, so I just dump some water on there when I feel she's dried out enough. Now we have my Dieffenbachia. This one is the one I inherited. I've already watered her today, but we are going to water the one that I already had. She's much smaller. This is the one that I already had. This is the one that my granny grew. So it was kind of fun seeing that we enjoyed growing the same kind of plant. And then inside the little alcove foyer thing, we have the only succulent that I have managed to keep alive. Again, it's not thriving, but it's not dead. I don't know how it's not dead because I forget about it, and maybe that's why. It does get kind of warm in here with the door open, especially in Kentucky summers. I think it got up to the heat index of 105 today. But yeah, so we are going to water her. Next up is Monte Pothos. It is my biggest pothos. It is all the way down here now, goes all the way up here, and then all the way over to here. She is the mother plant to all of my pothos that I sell at Hilltop and that I have around the house. Like I said, peace lilies are very dramatic. This was watered a couple days ago. Both of these are eventually going to go into one big pot. Right now, I haven't had time to do that. Here's my arrowhead plant, and then we have another little spider plant that is in the book. I'm just going to show you the rest of the plants before I hurry up and water them before the storm comes. Then we have another pothos. This one is a Monjulo pothos. Let me show you the variegation. It is more of a white variegation. This one has, I think, some little dusty mold that I need to treat, but otherwise it's doing pretty good. I forgot what this one was. When I first got it, it was almost completely white, and now it has turned green and lost a lot of its variegation. It has, you can see some of it. It has kind of been a booger to grow. It's dramatic. It's fine. And then we have a Baltic blue pothos. I thought that it wasn't growing, and it was growing these weird tendrils. I accused my cat of like eating the leaves, but the leaves will actually unfurl from these little things. So it's actually growing good now that I've quit cutting off the tendrils. And then we have another peace lily. This one came from Nana and Pap's funeral. I combined them. There's actually several different plants in there. But I needed space. But that's what we got. That's all of the plants. I've lost count of them, and I propagate too much to keep up with the count. But they're everywhere and they bring joy. Remember that it doesn't have to be labeled as a flower pot to grow in it. So that brings some whimsy to the growth. But happy growing, and I'll talk to y'all later.